the country fell asleep, but they scream woke. We're distracted by vaccines and TV shows, politics, celebrity gossip, popular neat quotes. Black lives, white lives, which lives mean most? We only dedicate one day to remember our fallen soldiers, the men and women who died young. But if you come out the closet as Caitlyn Jenner, you're a hero and you get a whole Pride Month. The most dangerous pandemic's propaganda from these clowns. Only
now I'm creating videos more often than, what do you call it? Well, the gap has shortened a lot, let's say that. Why I'm actually creating the video is, I think I haven't spoken a lot of this China virus, or maybe I have, now that I mention. But what has happened, it is now absolutely clear that the vaccination, according to the data that I see, the vaccination, it is a poison that you should avoid at all cost, absolutely all cost. But saying this, it's not a popular opinion. I don't know. Somebody had a question in our MS group whether they had COVID or not. Asking people whether they had COVID or not, and I said, yeah, I had it. And this is what I did. As soon as my wife got the positive result, I moved into a different room to sleep because what has been reported multiple times is the amount of exposure to the virus, the more you get it, the more severe the illness is. So this is what I said. As soon as I found out that my wife was sick, I moved to a different room to kind of make sure that I'm not going to get it bad. I posted a link about Project Veritas, which I think are basically the only credible news source there is at the moment. They do real investigative journalism. If you look at CNN's and MSNBC's, Yle's Radio, MTV3, they just spew the same nonsense. Shouldn't it light a bulb in your head that, yeah, if all of these people are talking positive about big government, regulations, and big pharma, there must be something going on here. But no, it's like a mass hypnosis. People they're some weird religion. Yeah, definitely we need to get this injections put into ourselves. And then the data coming out of Israel, I've been looking at on, what do you call it? There's a couple of groups in Facebook that are very critical about the vaccinations and all that. And what do you call it? The results are absolutely horrendous for the people who have actually gotten the injections. It's not boding well for them the following winter or the next flu seasons. Then the injections might ruin their immune system completely. It is not a vaccination, it's an immune therapy. It's just absolutely bonkers that people think that yeah, let's believe what the government tells us. It's always gone good when power hungry people have got in control and mandated what we do. It's just stupidity at the highest level. And do your own research. And if the newspaper or whatever you are reading is identical and non-critical towards the government, you might want to ask that, there might be something going on here. Could I find some other sources about this information? But no. And then people attack others who are not taking vaccinations. I got one guy in the, what do you call it, Myrmanni. It's a local shopping mall here. and he was asking about my vaccination status, and I said something like that, mind your own business, it's none of your business, and didn't go into it. But it's absolutely crazy that people even think. I need to start asking from people, when did you have sex last? Well, how did you do it? Did you do doggy style? Missionary? What did you do? I mean, this deeply personal information that people somehow, because of what the government is talking about, vaccine passports and stuff like that, yeah, it's all right to ask what medical procedures have been performed on you. For example, because I have MS, I do not want it to be public knowledge that I have MS. I mean, during this, I think our Prime Minister, Sanna Marin, and the Green Party that are in the government, they're just absolutely... They're the worst. They're absolutely horrible. And this Sanna, our Prime Minister, she's buddy-buddy with Klaus Schwab, who's very open about that we're going to do a great reset. We're going to null all, currencies and make people own nothing. You will own nothing and you'll be happy. Oh, really? What have I what have I been doing for all of my life? Paying my mortgage. And now, because they think that they have some superior intellect, that they're gonna... Oh. But anyway, on MS. What Sanna Marin has done, locking everything up, it has really played tricks on my... what do you call it? Walking. It is not good at all. But yeah. And I've tried to... I have a kind of resistance. I think I made a video earlier. I've got this resistance thing that you can attach to your road bike, and I have that set up, but it's not the same. I can do 25 minutes on it or stuff like that, and then it just gets so mind-numbingly boring, and my condition has deteriorated a lot, so I maybe don't want to be seen outside. Now we're gonna start working on site again. What do you call it? Start of 2022. So that's going to be a shift. But yeah, don't like it. And yeah, what do you call it? I'm flabbergasted at people who actually swallow whatever the mainstream media gives them. It's a surefire way of being disinformed of what's happening in one's life. This is something that I'll show you, is what I bought, because now I've been sitting at home a lot. Let me see if I can get this in frame. This is a chair like this. It's a saddle chair, so it's basically a bit higher than your normal chair, and then you sit on this saddle. But what do you call it? Let's say it is so uncomfortable that you don't sit down so much, you stand up a lot more because of that thing. My neck is still stiff from this CCSVI operation. It's fairly painful. Yeah, the reason why I'm actually creating this video is that I belong to an MS group on Facebook with my vlog account, and the moderator for the group, because I posted info about this Project Veritas discoveries, where it is actually the people from these medical companies that are talking. It is not an interpretation of what's happening. It is the people from the medical companies talking, plus they have screenshots of emails. And I posted this info onto the site and said, please do your due diligence before taking the jab, because it's not the... I talked about immunity and then doing due diligence on the vaccine. And my post got taken off. And it's a person that I actually have talked to a bit, and I just find it is utter stupidity that let's not look at all the sides. Let's just say, yeah, whatever the government says, let's go for that. When there's credible evidence. This Project Veritas that I'm talking about, it has won every single court case, because there's a lot of people saying that they're fake news because they expose stuff, and they've won every single court case they had. And now New York Times, they got through the deposition phase. I don't know the American system so well, but basically what it means, Project Veritas can go and interview the New York Times editors and look at their notes, and it's basically discovery. They got free range and all their stuff to prove their point, which is an absolute disaster for New York Times. Gigantic stupidity is the only thing that I can think about. Hey, let's bury our head in the sand and not look at this seriously. But anyway, yeah, and some of the reports, they're very grave of the possibilities that this vaccine could cause. That there'll be absolutely horrendous results from this. So I wasn't even saying don't take the vaccine. I would say maybe look into it. Trying to have a... But no. As I said, stupidity is the only thing that I can come up with. But anyway, Jesus Christ is King. He'll take care of us. Whether we take a vaccine or not, He's still King. So it doesn't hinge on that, but still. He is King. Oh yeah, Tyson Fury, he won. And he had on his... it was one of the Jesus fishes on his cap, and then under in Spanish it said, I'm not sure what it, because it's Spanish, it's something like the true King is coming, or something like that. Jesus, the true King is coming, which is true. Good for you, Tyson. He won against Deontay Wilder. And then Robert Helenius won also against Konaki, or a Polish guy. And the Polish guy was hitting Helenius a couple of low blows, and it was cancelled for a minute again. But anyway, as I said, Jesus Christ is King. Amen.
Big oil runs the world. The only
See you.
wars that get fought are with the countries who have natural resources they want. Heard him claiming if a white man braids his hair and likes rap, he's appropriating culture. But if a white man acts too white, he's white trash. He's a racist, he's a bigot, he's a monster. Let's just have the conversation. Not every liberal is dumb, not all Republicans are racist. The government wants everybody fighting.